In 1683, a storm is gathering over Europe, a storm of epic proportions. The mighty Ottoman Empire, under Sultan Mehmed IV, has its eyes set on a prize that could change the course of history forever: Vienna. This isn't just about conquering another city. Vienna is the gateway to the West. Seize it, and the heart of Europe lies exposed. Leading this charge is the Grand Vizier, Kara Mustafa Pasha. He's ambitious, he's ruthless, and he has a truly colossal army at his back. We're talking somewhere between 150,000 and 200,000 soldiers marching from the east. Imagine the sight: elite janissaries, fearsome cavalry from vassal states, a sea of men and steel rolling across the land, all heading for one city. And Europe? It's completely caught off guard. The Habsburg monarchy, rulers of the Holy Roman Empire, are in a state of panic. Vienna's defenses are old, their army is small, and the emperor himself, Leopold I, makes a run for it, fleeing his own capital. The city is left to its fate, with a small garrison of soldiers and terrified citizens staring down the barrel of an invasion. The stage is set for one of history's most dramatic showdowns. On July 14, 1683, the hammer falls. The massive Ottoman army arrives and encircles Vienna, cutting it off from the outside world. The siege begins. Day and night, the city is pounded by Ottoman cannons. The walls, which had stood for centuries, begin to crumble under the relentless bombardment. But the true terror is happening underground. Ottoman sappers, masterminers, are digging a complex network of tunnels beneath the city's fortifications. Their goal? To plant massive explosive charges and blow the walls open from below. For the defenders, every rumble of the earth, every tremor, could mean their doom is just moments away. They fight back, digging counter-tunnels, leading to desperate, brutal skirmishes in the dark, cramped spaces beneath the city. Inside Vienna, conditions are becoming unbearable. Food is running out. Disease is spreading. The population is exhausted, hungry, and losing hope. Every day is a struggle for survival, watching the enemy get closer and closer, knowing that if the walls fall, it's all over. But here's a crucial twist. Kara Mustafa, the Ottoman commander, hesitates. He's confident. He believes Vienna is on the brink of collapse and will surrender any day now. He wants the glory of taking the city intact, along with its riches. So he holds back his forces from launching a final, all-out assault. This delay, this single strategic miscalculation, will prove to be his undoing. While Kara Mustafa waits, a desperate message for help, smuggled out of the besieged city, finally reaches the ears of European leaders. The plea is heard. In Poland, in Bavaria, in Saxony, a sense of urgency takes hold. An unlikely alliance begins to form. The Pope himself calls for a holy war to save Christendom. A relief force is gathering, but the question is, can they get to Vienna in time? The clock is ticking and the fate of Europe hangs in the balance. Just as Vienna reaches its breaking point, a hero emerges from the north, Jan III Sobieski, the King of Poland. He's a seasoned warrior, a brilliant military strategist, and he's leading a combined relief army of around 70,000 troops from Poland, the Holy Roman Empire, and other German states. His force includes one of the most feared cavalry units in history, the legendary Polish Winged Hussars. On the morning of September 12th, the defenders of Vienna look up towards the Kahlenberg Hills overlooking the city, and they see it. An army, banners fluttering in the wind. Sunlight glinting off thousands of helmets and lances. Hope, for the first time in months, floods the city. The battle begins. The coalition forces launch a surprise attack, sweeping down from the high ground. The fighting is fierce, a chaotic clash of infantry and artillery across the entire front. The Ottoman army, caught between the relief force and the defiant city walls, is now fighting a battle on two fronts. Kara Mustafa struggles to reposition his troops, but it's too late. The momentum has shifted. And then comes the moment that will be immortalized in history. Around 5 p.m., Jan III Sobieski gives the order. 18,000 cavalrymen, led by the 3,000 Polish Winged Hussars, prepare for the charge. Imagine the sound, the thunder of tens of thousands of hooves, the chilling rustle of the Hussars' feathered wings as they begin their descent down the slopes. It is one of the largest and most devastating cavalry charges in all of military history. The Hussars, an unstoppable wave of lances and steel, smashed directly into the heart of the Ottoman lines. They crashed through the Ottoman command center, shattering their morale and breaking their formation. The disciplined Ottoman army, which had held Vienna in its grip for 2 months, dissolves into chaos. Panic spreads like wildfire. Kara Mustafa, seeing his army disintegrate before his eyes, flees for his life, leaving behind his entire camp tents, supplies, cannons, and even his personal treasury. The siege is broken. The Ottoman retreat turns into a rout. Against all odds, Vienna is saved. The cheers of the rescued citizens echo across the battlefield, a sound of pure, unadulterated relief and victory. The aftermath of the battle is as dramatic as the siege itself. For Kara Mustafa, the price of failure is absolute. On Christmas Day, 1683, by order of the Sultan, he is executed in Belgrade. His ambition had led his empire to the brink of its greatest triumph, but his miscalculation led to its most humiliating defeat. This victory wasn't just about saving one city. The Battle of Vienna marks a monumental turning point in European history. It halts the Ottoman Empire's expansion into Central Europe for good. For over 300 years, the Ottomans had been a force pushing ever westward. After Vienna, that advance is stopped, and the tide begins to turn. Inspired by this incredible victory, the European powers formed the Holy League, a new alliance dedicated to pushing the Ottomans out of Europe. Over the next decade and a half, they would reclaim vast territories, including most of Hungary and the Balkans, reshaping the map of the continent. The legacy of the siege lives on in fascinating ways. Legend has it that Viennese bakers, celebrating the defeat of the crescent-waving Ottomans, created a crescent-shaped pastry to commemorate the victory, the croissant. And the story goes that the abandoned sacks of coffee beans left behind in the Ottoman camp introduced Vienna to a drink that would define its culture. Leading to the city's famous coffee houses, the Siege of Vienna was more than a battle. It was a clash of civilizations, a moment where history pivoted on the courage of a few and the charge of the Winged Hussars. It's a story of desperation, heroism, and how a single day can echo through centuries. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this journey into history as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another story from the past.